Vanessa.
I'm Chip.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Tim.
And the rest. We have a hell of a panel here, and we are late to the party. But you probably already knew that. So it is, as Ashley put it, the finale of Late to the Party Week at Collider Video. So we've got Tim himself going up against Matt Atchity, the editor-in-chief of Rotten Tomatoes. That is huge.
Yeah, he's no slouch.
No,
That's an advantage.
Yeah, definitely. It does give him quite an advantage because he watches movies so you don't have to. Now, the big thing is that we've noticed this past week, Vanessa and myself, and I know that Tim and Ashley did it as well, is there have been a lot of reactions coming out for our matches from people that have been doing them for a while and those that haven't. So thank you to all the new reactors that have been doing reactions for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been an awesome experience to watch all you guys react to our videos. It seems so surreal watching you guys reacting to our video for the Schmoedown.
It's very Inception-like, so it's fun to see that. But speaking of which, we have new reactors with us as well. We have some, as Doug Benson would put it, some oldies and some newbies. So we've got Lizzie, which is my sister, who was here for the last reaction on Tuesday. Mike, who you've seen on quite a few different videos. In fact, I think he's in one of our top highest viewed videos as well.
Our Spider-Man Homecoming.
Tommy, who is actually one of the local comic book creators. We've got all his comic books over there. We'll have his information down below. You can see it there. And then, of course, Chip. I mean, this man, if you ever want to hear a perfect rendition of Hans Zimmer in whistle form from The Rock, I'm not going to make him do it. You don't have to do it.
Can we?
No. And then, of course...
We'll save it for the Rock sequel.
Absolutely. Oh, I wish.
Rock 2, Rock Harder.
We'll just get Transformers again. So, but these guys, I mean, your impression of the Schmoedown. Chip, where have you come with the Schmoedown so far?
So the first match I ever watched was the match where Tim got called out. I watched the Johns Burnett match, and I was instantly hooked. I hadn't watched anything before that, and I went back and I started watching old matches. I started watching, you know, the Commish, the Beast, all these like absolute dominating people in the league. And it's been really fun catching up and learning all the personalities and watching Makuga at the end. And it makes me happy.
I completely forgot. We also have Leo here. Leo. And Tommy, you're also fresh to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Like really fresh, like 2 days in now.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know it was a thing till like 3 days ago, and I saw you guys share your stuff, and I watched reaction videos and some other reaction videos people have recorded, and I was like, how have I never seen this before? It was like catered to someone like me who, you and I built our friendship because we were both movie nerds in a world where there wasn't a whole lot of movie nerds around us.
Nope.
You're the first person I could speak like jive to, and you got it.
Absolutely.
So this was like, oh my god, it's like WWE for movie geeks, and I loved it, and I've been watching it ever since.
It's a world for habitual quotesmiths. So we're glad you're here. And Mike, you've done plenty of reactions with us as well. What's it like getting into the Schmoedown?
Well, it's kind of funny because I never really watched it until you guys started reacting to them, because I had kind of someone to relate to and someone that I knew that was actually participating kind of with me when I was doing it. And, you know, I sort of got into it, and, you know, it's been fun. And, you know, I just am glad to be a part of it now.
That's awesome. And with Lizzie, this is like your second video ever, I think. You're in a Comic-Con vlog video that we did, but yeah, what's it like growing up in a house full of movie nerds and then finally getting to compete in something like this?
Oh my gosh, it's such a cool thing to be a part of. I get to share my knowledge that I know about movies, which sometimes I surprise myself how much I do know.
And I know this intro was long-winded, but guess what? This means a lot to us, getting to go to Collider. Tim, what was going through your mind before taking on this feat?
So when I got there, we did our interviews, and you know, I did fine in that. And then when the match got there, I was kind of getting a little nervous, you know, just thinking, oh man, it's actually here. It's actually here, maybe I should say.
Rim shot? Anyone rim shot?
All I did, I mean, if you're watching this, you've probably seen.
No, we're gonna watch it right now, so you don't have to give him the play-by-play. You're gonna give it to him now.
I wasn't gonna give a play-by-play. I was just gonna say I went.
Tim is a sucker for spoilers.
I went backstage. I went backstage and focused on the match before the match started. I didn't let anything get in the way of my thoughts. I just kind of lasered in on everything and was ready to go out and just
That's the thing, is we have a behind-the-scenes video that's probably coming tomorrow with both our matches and us reacting accordingly to each other's match.
We'll have some cameos in there too. Some people.
True, there's a lot of crowd reactions as well, but we couldn't even get Tim for majority of his match because he was pacing in the back, like getting in the zone for his match, and I kept calling Ashley. I'm like, we got to get Tim over here. I need to get some shots, and I saw him, and he's like, and he just went and walked in the back. So that's a little backstory to what happened before we end up getting into the battle between Tim the Tank Franco versus Matt Atchity from Rotten Tomatoes. Big Kahuna! And we're going to do that now.
Right now.
I'll tell you right now, round of applause for late to the party and one of the best showings we have seen here.
I realize what an impact you maybe have on fans at home. This could happen.
Watch them, react to them. Let be out
Do it.
there. Let
React to them. See my movies.
Do it.
You love
Do
movies
it.
and that you love the Schmoedown.
And when it comes down to it, just watch more movies. Oh, here's my
Enjoy
heartfelt
them.
message. With that being said,
I
Late to the
love
Party
it.
week is enough. We have Team Franco going up against...
Look at that hair.
Look at that hair flip every
Every
time.
time you flip the board.
Who, me?
Oh, damn.
Glamorous.
They've been doing it for so long.
Una. I gotta say, Great Drake is hilarious though. Woo!
Yeah.
I love your shirt, too.
I know, I figured I'd channel that guy a little more.
Okay.
My influence
Who's your
there.
totem?
Look at that beast. Well, the tank. Right, left.
Welcome back to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. I'm Christian Harloff.
I'm Ken Absock. I never left, Christian. I live underneath here. When Ellis leaves, I just pop up.
I definitely believe that. All right, look,
Leave
Ken,
my
we
elevator
had
alone.
an amazing match this past Tuesday when Team Action played up against Late to the Party. Two fans who came in here, and boy, did they impress.
Impressive. A killer first round, including the bonus. It was an impressive match, but Team Action pulled it out in the end because they do know their stuff. They may be fun to boo, but they do know their stuff.
They did, but it was a classic example of a team winning even though they lost. And that was Late to the Party fans who could have just buckled under the lights,
Won my heart.
and they didn't. They became darlings.
Great score, man.
You've seen the reaction so far from Twitter and everything else too. It ain't over. You talk about a bonus. We have a bonus. They have another guy in their stable, and his name is Tim Franco. And you look at Tim Franco, yeah, he might look like Andy Signor, but he's not Andy Signor.
That's an old
Tim
reaction.
The Tank Franco. Watch
That's not even a Schmoedown.
They were doing their reaction videos. I definitely noticed as a Robert and Vanessa, they were answering a lot of questions. Like, yeah, they're going to be good. And I reached out to them first, and then they brought this other guy in. I said, who is this guy? He's getting everything right. Every
It's
question.
true.
I don't know whether or not they're he's watching the matches first, and then he's doing the reactions. But he wasn't, and he's looking, he's doing all these questions. I think this guy's the goods.
You think he has the goods?
It's gonna be hard though. It's gonna be hard though because it ain't easy today, and that's what
Oh no, this is almost like Stallone Rocky going up against Creed. This is that type of matchup. This is a once-in-a-life opportunity that Franco's got here. Matt Atchity, Rotten Tomatoes. This guy, he lives and breathes this business.
Matt Atchity is the editor-in-chief over Rotten Tomatoes, and what Matt Atchity has also done is he has become a force in the team league, and you're about to find that out on July 7th when you and Rachel Cushing play him and his team
Absolutely.
partner.
I brought it up in therapy.
Look, he's one of the stronger competitors. He did pretty good in the free-for-all. Up until Team Action, Rotten Tomatoes were the all-time team points leader in that one, in a team match, and that's largely because of how good Matt Atchity is. Matt actually didn't want to play singles. It's not that I never asked him. He didn't want to do it. After that match with IGN, I got an email the next day. I'm ready. Put me in there. Where do I go? Robert Meyer Burnett was supposed to play Tim Franco. He called him out. He couldn't do it during scheduling. Atchity's in.
Wow, this is setting up quite an interesting match here. I just don't know which way this will go, Christian.
Well, let's get a little bit more from both competitors. Here we go.
You know, a lot of people have been asking me to do singles matches for a long time. Been a little hesitant. You know, Gray's a good partner, and we kind of cover each other's blind spots, but that last team match that we did, I ran the table, and I thought, you know, might be time. And I got a little competitive with Jim. Jim's a tough competitor. Both those guys in IGN know their stuff, but Jim kind of brought out the fight in me. So, you know, ready for a little Hawaiian war dance.
As you can imagine, this is entirely surreal. We were sitting on Robert and Vanessa's couch, watching Schmoedowns, flipped the camera on, started reacting to the videos.
Yeah,
now we are here to compete and become a part of it. We are super excited, and I'm ready to make a name for myself.
I got to tell you, I'm thinking about whether or not I'm testing the waters. I'm on the fence, right? I'm a little older than I think the average competitor. I may not be as fast as I once was, but you know, I feel like I'm a competitor. I feel like maybe I got a shot. Maybe I got a shot. You know,
he's a nice guy.
I know a lot of people are thinking that I'm gonna have an easy time of it today. I don't know.
A lot of people were thinking that.
I don't know.
This is so crazy that I'm the first fan to compete in the Schmoedown. The fact that I'm brought in here and I'm allowed to do this, I'm honored, and I'm excited, and I'm ready to just rock and roll. And I think I'm going to do well, and I'm planning on doing well and representing the fans.
I gotta tell you, a fan, that's actually probably a tougher competition than I think a lot of people sitting on the other side realize. Look, for what I do, I gotta know a lot of movies. The other thing is I gotta forget a lot of movies and clear out that cache in my head to cover more movies that nobody's interested in. And the secret that a fan has is they get to focus on movies that they really love, and it cements that knowledge, and probably more in line with some of the questions that may come up in a Schmoedown. So, you know, I'm not trying to be overly humble here. I'm expecting a pretty good match. That being said, you know, if I kick ass, I'm gonna have some more Mai Tais.
Hey, Matt Atchity, I know the fans out there are counting me out, but don't count me out. I know my stuff. I don't think I have too many weaknesses. It's hard to find a weakness for me. I have a lot of strengths.
Cares too much?
Hey, Tim, I'm excited to really beat you because it's a vacation for me, kicking ass.
Wow. This makes me want to go and watch like Play It to the Bone.
There's not much smack talk, and I didn't think that there would be.
Kid's face, he's like,
Tim Franco thought he was going up against that big old rotten Robert Meyer Burnett. You know, talking some smack, but he's not getting that in Atchity. So he knows that the game is more about he's got respect, but he wants to prove himself. And Atchity, you see him sipping on the drink, and he just wants to got the Hawaiian shirt. He's just ready to play.
Absolutely. Can I go over some strings?
I would love to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of a tail of the tape. Let's start with Matt Atchity, like you said. Matchity is what I want to call him. That's like his Twitter name. Yeah, that's what I always think when I see it. He's got a lot of strings, but some of them include classics, sci-fi, fantasy, and like a pina coladas and getting lost.
Oh my God.
Tim Franco, I did interview him before the show. I'll say this, he didn't seem nervous, but definitely seemed focused. He says Oscars, action adventures, and of course, chasing dreams.
Well, we're going to find out in just a little bit here, but before we do, we got a little word from the 5-time WCW champion, Booker T.
Booker T's in the Taco Bell.
Dig it, sucker!
Is this a regular thing?
Not always.
Okay.
It's a treat when he does.
Usually does.
What's up, guys? It's Booker T, WWE Hall of Famer, and this week we're back here on the Schmoedown. This week, Tim Franco takes on Matt from Rotten Tomatoes. Now, Tim has been doing an awesome job answering questions from his couch. We're gonna find out. Hey, I gotta go with my man Matt because he has the experience. He has the will, the know-how to do it like it's supposed to be done. Now that's my pick. Hey guys, check out Reality of Wrestling. We download new episodes every Sunday. Get some, want some. And can you dig that?
No, I cannot dig that.
I'm pretty sure he called you a Monday morning quarterback
from his couch. See Booker T giving Tim Franco some love, but ultimately he goes with Matt Atchity, and I think that's betting odds would say that Matt Atchity is probably the pick here in Vegas odds, but we don't know. No one thought Robert from Late to the Party was going to get all 8 questions and a bonus.
And a bonus.
So let's see what Tim Franco's going to do. And I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am absolutely ready.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! Introducing first, representing Late to the Party, making his Schmoedown debut, Tim
Tank!
Franco! Look,
You ever listen to Water
Killer.
Jenny!
Look at Jenny! I like that he comes out and understands what the league is.
I totally forgot. I wanted to make a comment on the mic and be like, I feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Bennett's body.
Someone in there.
Looks like you're about to fight it out with Predator.
He's ready to go. He's ready to go. And his opponent, representing Rotten Tomatoes, making his singles debut, is the Kahuna, Matt Atchity! Look at Matt!
So cool.
Laid back, chilled out. I love this new Matt Atchity.
Yeah, well, you know,
Look at where that thing had the singing.
He's the best.
He's
ready to go. He's there.
I think he just wants to do this.
That's the reason he came, was to dance.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Steven's
Now you and I, buddy, right?
All right, so just shaking hands, and I thought that was exactly.
I was thinking of Steven Seagal.
All right, let's go over round number
So
one.
give me a
It works
question, my
like
answer
this: the
is like
competitors have their
0.
whiteboards. They're going to get 8 questions. Just say it. At the
I know.
same
I was saying that Ant-Man
Worth
Siege.
1
Really
point
good.
apiece. You have 15 seconds to
Here we
answer.
go, y'all.
You have the JTQ.
Whiteboard
There are
ready?
3 times you can ask to read
Ready, Mark.
a question, and there's a challenge rule. You can challenge. If it gets overturned, you keep your challenge. If not, you lose.
Physical
your
challenge.
Also, if you happen to get all 8 questions right, then you
I
also
demand
have a
trial
bonus
by
question
combat.
worth 1 point apiece. All right, Matt Atchity, are you ready?
I am.
Tim Franco, are you ready?
Oops.
I am ready.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! Woo!
I think you said that
All right, here we go. Round
Yeah.
number 1 in the category of comedy. John Cho and Cal Penn play which 2 characters who have stonerific adventures in a trilogy of films?
Just say no, Christian.
Why?
Just saying.
I never thought about that.
Someone should have. You say the
Random whole titles that we have to read.
No.
Funny thing is,
No,
we were talking about this
One
that
thumbs down,
day.
Matt Atchity.
We were.
Harold and Cooper.
Correct, Tim.
Yeah.
He was gonna write
Correct.
that.
All
I was
right,
ready.
there you
I got
go.
it right.
Castle.
1-1 as we get
That
to
works.
question number 2.
Question
Couldn't
number 2
remember if I got that
comes
one
in the
right.
category Action Adventure. The Long Kiss Goodnight stars which actress as a school teacher who has a past as an assassin?
Good night.
Good
Samuel
night.
Jackson.
No, but I do have a past as an
No
assassin.
I know you weren't, I'm just saying.
Shot.
3, 2, 1. Tim.
That would be Gina Davis.
That is correct, Matt Atchity.
The chick
Yes,
from League
that
of
would
Their
be
Own.
Gina Davis, who.
Because I forgot her name.
Donnie Henson.
You know what? That works. I do like it when people
All right,
like
so
have
fair
to put
warning.
random
All right, here we go. Next one.
random hints.
So I would say since
Famous
we're
actors
arts,
and actresses.
don't turn it
What
into a...
Oscar-winning
it's-
actress played Jinx opposite Pierce Brosnan in the Bond film Die Another Day?
50-50.
Were you good at GoldenEye?
I was decent, but sometimes I would run around just staring at the sky. 3, 2, 1.
All right, turn it.
That would be Halle Berry.
That is correct. Tim Franco.
Yes, it would be Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Hey, Halle Berry
Good
over
job.
here.
All right, here we go.
Nice.
There we
Next
go.
category
I
is
looked at
new
your work, I wanted to see if I
releases.
stole
Name
it.
the film that earned both
And you did.
stars Denzel Washington and Viola Davis Oscar nominations. I got nothing.
You wouldn't know this one?
I would.
No. 4, 3, 2, 1.
I was on the
Tim.
fence about this one.
I didn't see it, but fences.
Right.
There you go, Tom.
I did see it, and it's still offensive.
I love that
There we
bit.
I'm a writer, but I'm going to try to spell it.
Drama. You'll find a veteran groupie and a self-proclaimed band-aid, Penny Lane, in which 2001 drama?
Apparently the year was wrong on that question.
Was it?
One, Matt Atchity.
I will neither confirm nor deny my wife calls me in this bed, but almost famous.
Aw.
All right, Tim Franco.
Cameron Crowe's Almost Famous.
Look at that.
And the director.
Atchity and Franco, toe to toe.
Also wrote Fast Times at
Question
Ridgemont
6,
High.
category animated.
Jerry Maguire.
Jim Deere gives his wife Darling a Cocker Spaniel puppy for Christmas in which Disney
Oh,
classic?
jeez.
Why's it gotta be so long?
That's what she said.
One pens down and Matt Atchity.
Realized I just got this wrong. Said Peter Pan.
Oh.
No.
No.
I believe it is the lady in that
That is
tramp.
correct. Tim Franco gets
So
the
fun
lead.
story. I almost wrote
Tim
101
Franco taking the
Dalmatians.
lead on Matt
Even though I said
Atchity.
Cocker
Next
Spaniel.
question in the category of fantasy slash
That's the sequel.
sci-fi.
101 Dalmatians and One
Which
Cocker
actor
Spaniel.
stars as Roy Neary, the witness of a UFO in 1977's Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
Jeez, who really gets Kevin Costner?
Wait, is that not right?
That's probably more true. 5.
This falls under the I don't know how to spell it.
3.
That's what I did.
1. Pens down. Tim Franco.
Just phonetically.
I misspelled his last name, but Richard Dreyfuss.
Correct. Matt Atchity.
I think I misspelled it the wrong way, so we'll call it a walk.
That's fine. All right, so here we go.
Come on,
So look at the
try
scenario
us.
that we're in once again. If Tim Franco hits this next one, he will have a perfect round and will get a bonus question. Here we go.
Pressure.
Final question in this first round category, horror thriller. Robert Eggers directed which 2016 horror film based on 1600s New England folklore? I get scared just reading these categories.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down to Matt Atchity.
Flip it.
Correct, Tim.
Black Panther. The Witch.
Wow, he's got a perfect round. Does exactly what his friend Robert did. And now he has a perfect round. So for our bonus question, for one more point, Tim, here we go. In the category of
I can
mixed
zoom in on my
bag,
face.
in Raiders of
You
the
can write
Lost
it.
Ark, Cholla
Or no, I
prevents
guess you can
Indy from
yell it.
eating some poisoned food. Which was the food?
You're like, okay, what is it?
He's gonna say it.
Dates.
It's the one
Perfect.
pointer.
Oh, I totally misunderstood the question.
So he
That
just did in a
single.
I love how Ken.
He just did
Yes.
what both William Bibiani did. He's the only, I believe, he's the only other person to do that in singles was William Bibiani. So how about that for a rookie in singles?
But the third person
9
ever
points
to
are
do
going
it.
into round number 2, and here's how round number 2 works. All right, Tim Franco, you have the lead. Would you like to go first or
Or
second?
you skip all the way to the end of the
I will
question.
defer to Ashley.
All right, you don't let Matt Ashley go. All right, Matt, give it a big spin, please.
I know. I thought that was ballsy for you to defer.
Doesn't mean that me and I
Take
talked
that
about that after the
spin.
match.
Spin is in.
He's like, that's what's going.
Spin is in.
When you're in that position. Sandy!
Muy grande.
Almost. Comedy if he wants it.
I'll spin again.
He's gonna
Spin
spin
again. All right,
again.
big
It has
spin.
a comedy.
There's
That's
that
good spin.
That's a
Good
better
spin. Got some momentum behind it. Ashley calling for
I had a
the
drink for
crowd.
that.
No, a lot of
I guess. I think we're letting you watch a comedy than you.
Worse.
That narrowed it down.
Love romantic comedy.
All right, Matt, I'll be reading you these questions in round 2. Round 2, you got the category of romantic comedies. Question 1. In When Harry Met Sally, while driving to New York, Harry and Sally debate the
embarrassed that I know
ending
this is
of
Casablanca.
what classic
I was gonna say, I
film?
think it's
Why
Casablanca.
you first? It's a good movie.
That's all we saw.
That is correct for 2 points.
both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
Well, Harry Met Sally's good too.
Question 2. What comedy starring Channing Tatum and Amanda Bynes is an adaptation of Shakespeare's Twelfth Night?
I'm so happy I don't know this answer.
Oh my gosh, I know this
I,
answer.
yeah.
You can.
Oh, wait.
Multiple choice.
A. She's the man.
Hey.
Oh,
B.
shit.
What I
She's
Like
the
About
man.
You. C.
Yeah.
Easy
Oh.
A. D. Bend it like Beckham.
I was thinking about
That
this
would
side.
be She's the Man.
That's right for 1 point.
1 point, Matt Ashley. Okay.
Taking the lead.
All
Taking
right.
the lead. Question
Oh, wait.
3.
Great film. Come on.
Question 3. In Bridesmaids, after the engagement party, Annie goes home and bakes what for herself?
Cookie?
I think it's cupcakes.
Multiple
Cake.
choice.
Cat.
A. A cookie. B.
Oh.
A donut. C. A cake.
Oh,
D.
basically
a
every answer we just said. Doesn't narrow it down.
Final question.
cupcake.
In 500 Days of Summer, what is Tom's favorite place in all of Los Angeles?
Multiple choice, please.
A. A record store. B. A park bench. C. A movie theater. D. A coffee shop.
It's a park bench, right? I assume. I think.
Record store?
It's the only one that's outside.
Correct.
Would be my guess.
Steele?
I hear the options one more time.
A. A record store. B. A park bench. C. A movie theater. D. A coffee shop.
A park bench?
That's correct.
Big steal. Tim Franco is in a
Never
position
seen that
that if
movie.
he gets a strong round 2 here, he can be in a commanding lead going into round 3. All right, Tim,
Grace
give it a
Moretz.
spin, please. Big spin.
Oh, she's not?
Yeah, she was like one of her first like roles. Like,
Good
He's
spin
like
there
the
by
best.
the tank.
That's a big
Look
one.
at
The
the
tank.
tank.
The tank with a big spin. Spin is in. Spin is in.
And it's
I like that spin is in.
the answer is
I'm
speed.
gonna spin again.
And me and
Come
Matt
on,
were like,
Tim.
our own teammates.
I want to say other people land on it, not myself.
You don't ever pass on Sandy B.
Right?
There are situations where you pass on Sandy B.
No.
Spinner's choice. Spinner's choice.
Spinner's choice.
I'd like to take
Spinner's
Sandy.
choice for the rook. The tank
I
is
recommend
looking.
taking opponent's choice.
All right, here we go, Tim. What do you got?
I'm gonna take Crime movies.
Right?
Wow, no one saw that coming.
That's what all the audience did too.
Tim Franco. All right, Tim. Who played Terry Leather in 2007's The Bank Job?
What a Sandra Bullock.
No. I believe that was Jason Statham.
That would be correct for 2 points.
I said I pronounced his name wrong, so I got it wrong.
All
I was
right.
like,
In the movie
Jason
The Untouchables,
Yeah.
actor Sean Connery as Jim Malone tells Kevin Costner's Elliot Ness
The
that
morgue.
if Al Capone sells one of yours to the
Chicago
hospital,
way.
send one of his to where?
I believe that is the morgue.
And that would be correct for 2 more points.
leaning in like you're gonna sing
Tim
Chocolate
Franco
Rain.
clear so far.
He followed me against
Or
that.
plead the fifth, one or
Name
the
the
other.
movie from the quote. You try and get something to eat around here, and some son of a bitch comes up to you with a meat cleaver.
I want that on my tombstone.
Is it Bonnie and Clyde?
Can I get multiple choice?
You can. Is it A, Bonnie and Clyde, B,
That's what I'm gonna go
Goodfellas,
with.
C, Scarface, D, Chinatown?
Goodfellas?
Incorrect. For the steal for 1 point, Matt.
Can I hear the?
Your choices?
Yeah.
You can. Bonnie and Clyde, B, Goodfellas, C, Scarface, D, Chinatown.
I'm gonna say A.
And that would be
That's
correct for
correct.
1 point. That's steal back,
Steals it back.
14-12. All right, so
I needed that.
question number 4 for Tim Franco. Whose organization was finally able to take down Pacino in Scarface?
Sosa?
That's correct.
That's correct.
Impressive job, Tim Franco. Only missed
Sosa's in the fucking hit squad up here.
16-12 here, going in around number 3.
So at this point, you've only
All
missed
right,
one.
here's how round number 3 works. The competitors
Beast.
are going to get, please choose 3 numbers from 1 to 20.
10, 20, and 17.
Think about those at all before.
All right, now we
Just
go.
pick them right
Matt
then and
Atchity.
there.
I wanted to do my wedding dates.
Realize what those numbers are.
Well, it's off by a day because 21's not on
7,
there.
11,
So I just went back a day.
correct? All right, here we go. All right, so Matt Atchity is going to be up first in order to try to avoid a TKO here. Category 7 for Matt Atchity. You chose Disney films. Disney films.
Okay.
Matt,
All right.
Nobody
how
watches
many
those.
years does the genie tell Aladdin he's been trapped in the lamp?
10,000 years can be such a crick in the neck.
3,000?
No!
10,000.
What'd
Add
you do right
7,000
now?
each.
You don't get a crick in the neck from 3,000 years.
Yeah, everyone knows that. Day 1, biology.
They've been a hamster in the wheel.
Maybe just a little cramp in your neck.
Category of sports.
Those
3
zooms.
points. You will find the gym Average Joe's and its owner.
Dodge,
Peter
duck,
LaFleur.
dip, dive, dodge.
dodgeball.
True underdog story.
That's correct.
There you go.
But
Full title.
He is
Full
not
title.
out of the water
Or
yet.
Benson would be
He's
proud.
still down by
Little tear
1.
rolls down his eye.
He needs to hit his 5-pointer in order to force it back to Tim Franco and avoid the TKO. Category 13 you chose, Matt.
Lucky 13. Come on, 13.
Category of Pixar films. What is the name of the young dinosaur protagonist in The Good Dinosaur?
The one Pixar movie I haven't seen.
Why can't I?
TKO! I still give it 50
Why?
points on Rotten Tomatoes.
Arlo.
Arlo, yeah. Arlo.
5,
Sad movie.
4.
Oh, he knows he's done.
Jimmy.
And your winner by way of technical knockout, Tim the Tank Franco!
You'll see our reaction in the other video.
I mean,
I want to know what your
aside from
questions
picking
were.
me, you
I
do
don't know,
all
talent or
right.
what?
I do all right. I mean, look, I told you.
I think you scared him with your
Tim
outfit.
Franco is the
Seriously.
the guy who didn't barely
That's gonna
miss.
take
Hey, your
my
next
I don't know
match,
what he
you
would
should
have
pick
done
the
in the
same
third round, but I mean, actually, unfortunately, luck didn't go his way. He chose the wrong. That's part of the
That's
game.
what it
16-15. Who knows what Franco would have done in that third round? But man,
Makes sense.
that was
we're kind of speechless,
That
but
was
that
some
doesn't
stuff.
mean that we're surprised by Tim. We're just, this is
No.
a big, big win.
It's listen. I was surprised by William Bibiani when he came in his first match, and I know William Bibiani. Bibiani when he came in on his first match was just annihilated, didn't miss a question, came in and destroyed. And you don't expect performances like that. You expect, especially when you see someone like Tim Franco answering questions from the other side of the computer, you're going, okay, well, how's he going to do under the lights? Sure. He showed us how he's going to do.
He came in here without sleeves on, and he only missed one question.
It was a good match, though.
All right, so now let's talk to Jen Sturger, who was talking to both Matt Atchity and Tim Franco.
Holy Schmoedown. Oh my God, Tim, that was such an impressive debut here. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling euphoric, and I'm still kind of trying to let it soak in. I'm not sure if this is real life.
It's a very
What just
stoic
happened,
euphoric, by the way.
But it did happen, and I don't know, it couldn't have gone any better, I don't think. I mean, I'd be curious to see how the third round went if we got there, but...
Absolutely no. You know, you TK'd Atchity. Like, that's not a slouch. You know, he was making his singles debut, but how scared were you going in there today about going up against someone like him?
I was nervous at first, but then I went backstage and I just kind of focused.
Put on your eye black.
I put on my face, I put on my outfit, and I focused and I zoned in on the match, and I didn't really let anything just kind of interfere with me, and I just zoned in and locked in.
What are you guys drinking over there in Arizona? There's got to be something in the water.
Well, I drink a lot of craft beer. You can ask Robert Meyer Burnett about that. I think
So what's next for you? Are you going to come back? You're going to keep continuing to compete?
Probably more water than they do.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to come back. I think based off my performance, I think I'm going to have to come back. So, I don't know. You know, Robert Meyer Burnett, you know, he threw out a challenge to me, and then he, you know, chickened out and had some scheduling issues. So, I don't know.
Scheduling issues.
Maybe when he grows a pair, he
I gotta go home.
We'll see. It's up to you. You know where to find me on Twitter, Burnett.
Here in Burnett, talk some crap in 140 characters or less and get at him, bro.
I got lots of Arnold impersonations to go throw at you.
Don't mess with a man that's willing to cover his entire body in eye black. Right?
Where does he find that vest?
Amazon.
Oh, no. Took it on the plane, too.
I did. With combat boots and cargo boots.
No, you know what? Tim earned that. Tim's a strong competitor. And
He's so sweet. He's so sweet.
I feel bad about all the jokes I had in my head.
Were you a little surprised that you were going up against a fan and like having this much competition?
No, I didn't want to admit it, but I was nervous about that. Like,
Really?
I actually think I'd be, look, like the fans, again, like the knowledge that a fan has is equal to any pro in a lot of respects. And one of the things those of us that are in the business, like I've got to keep so much other stuff going on that it's really, really hard for me sometimes to remember some of the stuff I want to remember, right? So, you know, like I gotta pay attention to what movies are out this weekend. I don't care about those. I mean, come on. So it's tough, and you know what? Tim won that match. I got some, you know, got some bad spins on there.
Yeah, you got some rough spins.
You know,
Pixar.
It's hard to remember Jimmy Davis from Cars 3.
Movie I haven't seen. Come on. You know, and you saw me like, oh, Pixar, good, and then it's like, oh, the good guy. Oh. I mean, I could name Littlefoot from the other dinosaur movies.
Yeah.
So, you know, Burnett.
Land After Time.
And there's time
So
after
take me
time.
through that last round. I know things were a little difficult, got a little hairy for you there. What were you thinking?
I was thinking, God, I just don't want to embarrass myself. And I did.
Well,
you know,
the shirt didn't help anything.
Well, you know, I don't know that I agree with that. What I will say is this. I'm not done with singles. I want to come back. I need to redeem myself.
Good.
So, and look.
That's the answer we all wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Will you come back?
You know, now that I know what I'm in for, maybe won't have quite so much rum before I start.
Don't drink and Schmoedown.
Seen it for years, well, 2 days now.
Seriously.
Like I know what he's doing, but you know, gotta hit the gym. Gotta you know, read some IMDb, read some my own site.
Read some IMDb while you're at the gym.
Watch some more movies and look. Gray and I. Don't count us out. We're ready to play. We got some good costumes for our next match.
Ooh. Scout,
Well,
speaking of your
Pixar.
next match, you guys are going up.
Right. Except in our caves. I mean, that's all I get at.
How have you guys been preparing?
You know, none of these are easy, right? And a lot of it is you really, with any trivia, you're somewhat dependent on the luck of the draw. And, you know, I actually feel a little bit more confident with Gray because we have, you know, there's some places we overlap, but we have a lot of varied interests. So
Are you nervous at all going up against Nerd Watch?
Well, of course I am. Of course I am. Yeah, I couldn't not be. I mean, they know their stuff. I mean, there's very few people that I would call out and feel like.
When the girl from Nerdwatch called out the
but,
Psycho,
you know,
presenting the music for Psycho, I was like, oh crap, I didn't know that.
But then again,
Rachel is
you know,
I was thoroughly
I
impressed.
think our next match, that's going to be a tough one, but I think Gray and I, put it this way, we may be on a mission from God.
Speaking of bibs, though,
Ken
I
is.
mean, didn't Franco kind of remind you of like a young Giuliani?
Maybe a
So's Cody.
young, fresh-faced, not
He's on a mission from God, according to the Cougar.
Tell him you failed.
Oh, totally. But you know, if I rematch, I can't get that crime movie thing taken off.
Seriously.
Yeah, you have to talk to the commissioner about that. So we're looking
Secret
forward to the next
strengths.
match. Good luck.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you. Clearly, I'm going to need it.
keep drinking. Back to you guys.
How about that? Franco calling out Burnett like we thought that he would do it. He's going to call out Burnett, and now whether or not Burnett's going to take that challenge, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't. Hey, Tim Franco. Matt Atchity is back there too, and you know he knew he caught some bad things. It's not the end of him also, and he's also looking towards his match with you and Rachel Cushing coming up to the Collider Collision. I feel bad for you now because he's going to be looking for some revenge.
I'm going back to therapy this week, and we're going to talk about his shirt and his potential.
Well, there you go, guys. How about Matt Atchity and Tim Franco? Make sure you check out Tim Franco on late to the party. Go ahead and congratulate him for his win. Go and check him out. Check out the rest of the crew there as well. Check out Matt Atchity. And you guys keep commenting, liking. More things like this can keep on happening. More matches like this. More opportunities. There is so much to be had in the world of the Schmoedown. And how about on July 7th, the Collider Collision, it all goes down, the triple threat match between Mark Riley, John Roca, Dan Merle, and that is not it by a long shot. Rotten Tomatoes versus the Nerds Watch in a #1 team match. #1 singles match. I'm getting back in there against Jeff Snyder. I am also going to be calling a match against who else but Mr. Jeremy Johns going for the Interpizza Championship against Hector Navarro. Lots of great things going on in the world of the Schmoedown, so go ahead and check it out on Reddit, on Facebook, and check out Josh McCouga and that little skunk Cody Hall.
Here we go.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Josh McCouga back here again. Solves Cody Hall. We are still confused as to where he is. Apparently, he has solved the Da Vinci Code. Apparently, he's living with Tom Hanks, working on the Da Vinci Code with Audrey Tattoo. It's kind of a big deal. I miss you terribly, Cody. We'll see you in the next fantasy update. I will say, post-match, Matt Atchity, Tim Franco, it was something impressive. Both men going toe-to-toe. It was a heavyweight battle. They didn't score a ton of points, but in singles, it is hard to score a lot of points when you are fighting that hard. Steal, lost, boom, bang, tough questions. Matt Atchity lost 150 pounds of body weight, but he lost nothing in his movie trivia brain. Tim Franco comes out of nowhere. He's a fan. He's just working on a computer thinking to himself, I'm pretty good at movie trivia. I'm going to be a savant. And what is he? He is exactly that. He is the Russell Crowe from A Beautiful Mind of movie trivia. He pulled off what some thought was impossible. Matt Atchity has carried Rotten Tomatoes. Gray Drake, I love you, but Matt Atchity is your whole team. They are a high-scoring, dynamic duo that is all Matt Atchity. And Matt Atchity, he's incredible. Matt Atchity was thought to be the Hulk Hogan, the Incredible Hulk, and Hulkamania all in one. The Wild Man said it. There you go. But Matt Atchity lost to a fan that has started a trend, giving fans out there everywhere the thought that maybe, just maybe, I can compete in the Schmoedown and beat a mega power like Matt Atchity. It is possible. Be cool. Be normal. Put a video out there. Make yourself undeniable, and you will get your chance in the Schmoedown. Matt Atchity, still great in fantasy. Tim Franco, he is your dark horse. Pick him up. Pull him up. Make him the anchor of your team. He'll be back. I feel you, Tim. I feel you.
Uh-oh. What is
you doing, Ricky? No!
He said something. You hear it.
No! What is he doing with
Get Cody.
Cody? Is that why Cody's been gone? 28 points. Okay, so for those that don't know, Ricky ETC, he was a part of the group ETC. They were a dynamic duo, him and Elliot Dewberry. But
they were heels.
Yeah, they were bad. They were the Team Action before Team Action, and they ended up breaking up. Ricky turned against Dewberry. Dewberry went face, and Ricky's been doing something behind the scenes, and we don't know exactly what it is. He's pulling some puppet master strings, so we don't know what he's up to.
Yes.
But still, Tim Franco pulling out that TKO against the editor-in-chief.
Like I said, I mean, things just went my way. The Schmoedown gods smiled on me in that match. I mean, you know, I picked crime movies, which a lot of people were surprised with, but it is a. I think every person that has seen this that knows me is like, I thought you were gonna pick comic book movies, and that's what I swore you would pick. But really, it's a bigger strength I think of mine. I just kind of kept it on the DL. Don't worry, I got more. So.
But with that too, Arlo, man, Pixar. I'm glad you pulled that one because honestly, if we would want Pixar, we would want Disney, and yet I could not come up.
I couldn't remember his name for the life of me.
I knew the name, but I drew a blank, and then he's like, Arlo. I was like,
we remembered the kid's
right.
name. We were like, the kid's name's Spot. Yeah. But we were like, what's the dinosaur's name?
So it's a hell of a thing when even when it's something that could be in your wheelhouse, it may not be an answer that you know at all. For instance, crime movies, you miss one and he stole it from you, just like with what happened with us with Westerns. We missed one and it got stolen from us, but at least you knocked it down to 1 point before it got stolen.
Yeah, at least I stole one from his wheel choice as well. And on the wheel, I made the decision to make him spin first because my strategy was maybe he'll hit something horrible and take it off the wheel for me. And actually, after the fact, it wasn't on camera, they edited it out, but I even said to him after he was done with that, I was just like, thanks for taking that off the wheel for me, because I don't have to hit that. So.
It makes sense, man. Romantic comedy, Sandy! I mean, obviously that's something that Tim kind of wants to avoid, but don't get him wrong, though. I think you do pretty damn good in Sandy.
I think I would do good in Sandy. I just, prefer not to answer Sandy questions, unless it's all Demolition Man.
Just watched that last night.
Joy Feelings.
While you're sleeping.
But yeah, there are so many movies out there that are definitely in our wheelhouse and so many that are not. And that's the thing. It puts a lot of pressure on us now going into our next matches, whenever those may be. Like Vanessa and I were talking about this today. It's like the Russians cut. The second one of us misses our first question in that first round.
He has more pressure on him than me because I already missed some questions there anyway.
But true, but Tim and I, going into our own matches later, we don't, want to miss a question in that first round. But you know what? The entire time they were asking us these questions in the first round, I was waiting for one I had no clue the answer to. And it just didn't happen. And as you said, the trivia gods, the Schmoedown gods, looked down on us and gave us the questions that we could pick the answers from.
Well, I mean, look at Bibiani when he had his great match. The next match he played Jeff Snyder and he didn't come out on top. I mean,
not at all.
Can I ask you guys a question though?
No.
Something I know when I was watching it.
Yes.
Go on. I assume the answer is yes. When I was watching it, I felt like when they do the multiple choice part, that made it harder because maybe you're wrestling with two ideas, and those two ideas pop up. You're like, crap! Now I'm even more confused.
It can be harder, especially when you know what the multiple choices are going to be. The strategy is by doing that, you can knock it down to a 1 point answer. So that way your opponent can't gain.
And here, when they popped up, it's like, the meat cleaver, and I was like, I think it's Bonnie and Clyde. And they brought up the multiple choice and said Chinatown. I'm like, wait, did that happen in Chinatown? I know it wasn't the other two.
Yeah.
So I mean, I had another answer added that I wasn't even thinking about to begin with.
Yeah, like when the bridesmaids question popped up, everyone said one of the multiple choice answers.
Yeah, that was adorable.
It was apparently cupcakes.
and it was Kick Baby. Come on, she made a cupcake.
I know. I remember that scene very well.
Very well, though, and I don't even like
bridesmaids
bridesmaids
her
that much.
getting all intricate into it, and then she just takes a bite of
Kick
it.
Baby cupcakes. And yeah, that's the thing is the rule of thumb that we've kind of come up with is if you had something that stuck out in your head, and then you go to multiple choice and it's there. You did that with Bonnie and Clyde. You said Bonnie and Clyde first.
And then you second guessed yourself, and then when they had the multiple choice.
And then you're like, okay, I'll go with that one. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing is for us, when we were doing answering to ourselves what Team Action was doing for action movies.
It was the one with
Charlie.
Her nickname's Charlie, and he would have second if we had that question.
It was Charlie in my head. However, I was not confident. If it came to us and we did take action, we still would have gone multiple choice, and that would have been a situation where I thought Charlie, it's on the board, I would have gone with Charlie. So we would have knocked that down to 1 point, but the rest of them we probably would have gotten on 2.
We should have gone with
Yeah.
That's why I say Goodfellas, because in my head that's where I actually thought it was.
Yeah.
And if you watch it, whenever they're reading the answers, when they say Goodfellas, I kind of nod because it showed up, and I was like, okay, well it's Goodfellas, but clearly I was wrong. But
and you could be your own worst enemy in the Schmoedown too, with the second guessing and you know picking. Well, maybe I wasn't, and it could screw you over big time in your answers.
One of the riskiest a lot is the movie release dates.
Yeah.
A lot of people get screwed with movie release dates because they're so.
I usually
close
either
and
get
they just
like,
put years
so
old.
I'll get like really close. I'll either get the year before or the year after, but never the year. Well, I get the year sometimes.
I was attached to it when I was watching it with like high school moments or something. The one I watched earlier was when the first Harry Potter movie came out. I was like, oh, I was a sophomore, so I'd been in 2001.
I know, I do that too.
Yeah.
I'll go back to
Yeah, I
like
do that
certain
too.
things in my life. I'm like, well, I saw this movie then, so then
It just brings up horrible tragedies. Oh yeah, 2001. That's when my first girlfriend broke up with me.
Aww. Self-deprecating
humor.
That's right in the wheelhouse of Ken Knapsack. But that's the thing, though, too, is like I with the boys.
We still love you, Ken.
No, with the boys commentating. I mean, it's been so much fun having these different commentators. That was one of the best things about WWF back in the day, because it was Jerry the King Lawler, it was JR, it was Michael Cole getting in there as well.
Even Vince McMahon.
Even Vince McMahon, when he was commentating with JR.
Well, speaking of like commentary, like people on the side, and dodgeball, like when they have freaking Jason Bateman and the other guy that I don't remember his name.
The bull move cotton.
Yeah,
Let's see if it works out
like
for
that's
him.
what it reminds me of, like just that witty thing between the two of them.
Yeah, Jason Bateman and Gary Cole, best commentating team ever.
The Ocho.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris doesn't say a word, but he's the best part of the movie.
Whatever, that movie's the best part of the movie. But yeah, the commentator, like the spin is in, when they all have their own little quirks about them when they do the commentary, and it's becoming its own part of the show that you are tuning in for. It's hard to hear some of the banter though when we're watching it on the TV, so we know we miss some. We watch these matches over and over, so we do get those jokes as well.
Yeah, like especially watching our match again, and like, because when we were there, we're like focused and we're like, okay, pay attention to what the question is.
Yeah.
But then when we watched it, there were some parts I was like, oh, that's really funny, and I didn't remember listening to it when we were there.
But it's a hell of an experience. It's actually when you can go through multiple times and get more out of it. So, I mean, it's a lot of fun. We enjoy doing this. We're going to keep doing this for a while, too. Maybe give Tim and Ashley a break every once in a while so they don't have to be here 2 times a week filming these. See if we get some fresh talent in here, because Dan has showed, Dan and Aaliyah from Nerd Bill, he's shown some prowess when it comes to the movie trivia. Tommy, Mike, I mean, there is a whole slew of us. And Chip as well. Sorry, man. It's on the couch over here next to me. Proximity.
I'm the Disney person, so that's my specialty.
That's the thing, is we all have our specialties, you know, if it's whistling the rock theme as well.
And I think that's what killed Atchity. To his point, you know, in the pre-match interview, he has to watch so much stuff. He's really a jack of all trades but a master of none. He's got so much stuff. So to have people that all have their own, you know, individual specialties and their areas of strength, I think is huge.
Well, so the fact that people too, like, for instance, when I was watching you guys' match, the Blue Chips question, like, I'll be honest with you, I was screaming Nick Nolte at the screen because that's one of my favorite movies.
I've never seen
but
that
I'm also
movie.
a big sports movie guy.
See, I'm not a very big sports movie guy, so check out for a review coming out soon for Blue Chips. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I will give it to you.
And a breakdown of Vivian Lee and what she's done in the past. Hollywood remembers. But either way, thank you guys. We appreciate you watching our reactions. We appreciate all the kind words that we've been getting on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the social networking gin joints. It's a lot to say. We've had a lot going on this week too, so we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming, you know, soon after this late to the party week fully comes to an end. So head over to Collider.
Yeah, make sure you head over there and like the Schmoedown, comment on the Schmoedown, let them know what you think of the matches, share it with your friends, tell people about it. When you're filming your reactions, that gets more people involved too, because you have your plethora of friends and they see your reaction, you can share and get more people into the Schmoedown, kind of like we have done here. it's all about growing and making it bigger so more things can happen.
Yep.
And 3 weeks from today is the first day of D23. We're all going to be there for the long 3-day weekend, but we're going to have some fun, so feel free to stop by, say hi, have a conversation, talk to us. It's going to be awesome. So
Somehow we have to do a Schmoedown reaction that Friday when we're at D23.
Well, at least we'll be busy.
Yeah, apparently we'll be quite busy when that happens. But to help us get there,
yes, you could go and follow us on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or you can go to our Patreon to kick in and feel the party. $1 or
makes
more
a difference.
Makes a difference.
$1 plus. No, that's the thing, guys. Is getting to Collider now, being that we are now on the list when it comes to competing in the Schmoedown League, it's going to be a hell of a trip to get there, literally. It's like 6 hours away, and then of course, you know, it's not easy. So to pull that off, any help, a like, a subscribe, a kind word, that's fantastic. Otherwise, if you can, the Patreon is there for that, to help fuel the party, kick into the party, and keep the party going, because we have a lot of party to give, and we're taking it on the road. So thank you guys, and again, you can find everybody's information down below in the description. And as always, now it's time to say goodbye. Bye.